With the Super Bowl on Sunday, we all thought it would be the perfect time to meet a very talented sports reporter who's only 10 years old. Take a look.
Now I'm here with Davante Adams, wide receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders. He's got 95 receptions for 1,443 yards. He's got 14 touchdowns, and he averages 15 yards per catch. Man, it's an honor and a privilege to meet you today. So what is one of your greatest memories in your childhood?
I would say when I was young, maybe about 7 or 8 years old, I had the opportunity to meet J.J. Stokes, who was on the San Francisco 49ers at the time. And that memory stuck with me because I was the first professional athlete that I met, and it was just a great experience.
From Las Vegas, please welcome Jeremiah. It is so nice to meet you, young man.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you, too.
Yes. Listen, I will say I was a little nervous because you are very professional.
Thank you.
Now, tell me, how did you become a sports reporter?
Well, it all started when I was 4 years old because I was told to my parents that I might not be able to play contact sports because I have a brain defect and a detached shoulder bone. But I made a deal with my parents that I would play 3 sports, football, basketball, and t-ball, all for 1 year. Once I was done with that, I wanted to hone my craft in journalism and broadcasting. And I kept asking my mom if I could make my own YouTube channel commenting on the Raiders, but she said no because they were in California at the time.
You know your stuff, sir.
So when they moved back to Las Vegas, I kept getting honor rolls in school and stuff, and then she let me make my YouTube channel in 2020.
You deserve it.
But I also have something else to say, because that's what started it, but what's really driving me is because I want to, make my parents proud at a young age, because my mom, she has very much health issues, and my dad is a senior citizen. So I want to make them proud at an early age because most kids, they think that their parents are going to last forever, for the rest of their childhood. But when I was 5 years old, my mom almost died. I had to save my mom's life at the age of 5 years old because I knew that something was wrong with her, so I told my grandma to take her to the hospital. And, they said that if she wasn't there 1 minute later, she would have died. And for a month, I didn't see my mom because she was in ICU, and those were the worst 30 days of my life. But
that's so hard.
But I had a long talk to God, and I told him, if you can bring my mom back, I will be the greatest son that I could ever be.
You'll make me cry. Well, I'm certain your mama is proud, because I'm proud. We're all proud of you.
Thank you.
Your mom and your dad, and you are so smart.
Thank you.
You're just a blessing, I see. Now, I hear you have a favorite football team. What was your favorite football?
My favorite football team is the Las Vegas Raiders.
Right. Can you tell us what makes them your favorite team?
Well, when I was about 2 years old, I had watched my first Raiders game. That was my first NFL game I watched, and I knew that the Raiders would always have a special place in my heart, and I knew that I always wanted to be into the journalism, so I decided that I wanted to commentate on Raiders games.
Well, you got a made-up mind. It's made up, so I'm curious to know, in your future, what do you want to be? What's your ultimate goal?
In the future, I want to be a journalist, a sports broadcaster, an entrepreneur, and an investor.
Wow. And you got to interview one of the players from your favorite team.
Davante Adams.
What was that like for you?
It was great because it's like the journalism environment is always the same. Whether you're interviewing kids on the sideline in Little League, like Brody Amina and Kareem 2K Knox, or you're interviewing NFL players on the field, it's kind of like the same experience because in the end, you're just a journalist interviewing people and you're doing your favorite job because I love my job and I always take it seriously. So being down there with Davante Adams, it was great. So, yeah.
Okay, we definitely want to hear this coming from you. What do you think makes a great sports reporter?
What I think makes a great sports broadcaster, I'm not saying that you have to love your job and be good at it, but I think that you have to take seriousness with your job, and you always have to come into your interviews prepared. That's what I think makes a good sports broadcaster.
Young man, you're a great example.
Thank you.
Okay, you're starting to get a lot of fans online, and even in this room, you're getting more and more fans. So first of all, what your friends do,
Okay.
and what they think of what you're doing.
All right, so every time I go to school, can I get an autograph? Can I get an autograph? They're asking pictures and stuff, bringing their phones to school. Everybody in the lunchroom is like, hey, can I get an autograph or something? It's funny because one time I was sitting next to my friend, I was eating Cheetos, right? So he had asked me, hey, can you autograph me with your Cheetos? I said, no.
So you didn't sign that with a Cheeto?
No, my mom says I can't have any autographs because you never know what they can do with it.
Oh, and yours may become really valuable, so you think that through. But you already got a good little business mind. I already see it. Now, the Super Bowl is coming up. What advice do you have for, like, the players?
The advice that I have for the players, always stay healthy. Treat it like it's a normal game because I don't want you to, like, have your heart racing and then, you fall out, you get too nervous, and you play bad. I want you to treat it like it's a normal regular season game. All you want to do is win, and I want you to stay healthy for the entire game and utilize your game plans.
You know your craft.
Thank you.
You always look so nice and professional, and I see you have like this thing with a collection of ties.
Yeah, it all started when I was 2 years old, where I wore a tie to my uncle's wedding, and I don't know, I always thought I would look good in the tie, so when I got into journalism and I always saw these people had like tuxedos with suits and stuff and the ties, I had said that I wanted to wear them, so my mom bought me this big tie collection, and my favorite bow ties that I have are called Designed by Dawn. Yeah, I like them very much.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, we love you to be happy with what you like, so can we give you one? Because I got a little gift for you right here.
Ooh. Ooh.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. And since you're a Raiders fan, I got a little something else for you. Can I give you another little something?
Yeah.
Oh, we got something good for you. The Raiders. There you go, son. This is for you, okay? It is so great to see you, Jeremiah.
It's so great to see you, too. I am eternally grateful that you invited me out here to be a part of this spring celebration show. And to celebrate that occasion, I got you a gift.
You brought me a gift?
Yeah, I got you a gift.
Oh, my God. What did Jeremiah... Didn't I tell y'all he bring joy to the happy place? Oh, my God, he brought me a mug. I'm like, can I have a hug? This is so sweet. I love it. And I'm going to sit it right here, too. Right here. Oh, y'all need to see this. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, my God. Y'all check it out. Oh, my goodness. Where should I place it? Because it has to have a special spot. I'm going to sit it right there. Now, you know what else I love?
What?
You wore the tie that I gave you the last time you were here.
I did, and the funny thing is, as soon as I got home and put this on my tie collection, what a coincidence that the Jennifer Hudson Show invited me out to be a part of their special, so...
Look at that! Ain't that something?
Yep.
And I'm so glad you remember because you've been really busy since the last time you were here. You did your first red carpet?
Yes, I did. I was on the NFL Honors red carpet for the first time in my entire life.
Wow.
I was so happy. Such a great experience. I was in my journalism element and was so happy talking to active and retired great NFL players that I grew up idolizing and watching on TV. So, man, that was so great.
Wow. So you got to meet them and interview them and all of that stuff?
Yeah, I did. And I think one of my, most fun experiences there was when we were at backstage because my mom, she had the time of her life because before we went, we was told that Cheryl Lee Ralph and Emmitt Smith would be there. So she was like, please, please, get me to take a picture with Cheryl Lee Ralph and Emmitt Smith. But listen. None of them came down our side of the red carpet. So we had to meet them backstage. And as I was socializing in the back, I was like, Mama, Cheryl Lee Ralph is sitting right next to you. And she turned and she was like, oh my goodness, it's Cheryl Lee Ralph. And they took pictures, and then out of nowhere, just when it was about to go out backstage, Emmitt Smith pops up, and he's like, how do you know I played for the Cardinals? How did you run my stats down like that? And I was like, I searched them up. And Mom and me got to take pictures with both. They're so cool. so nice. I'm glad we got to meet them, and I'm so happy because when my mom's happy, I'm happy, and it was a happy experience.
You're a really good son. I love that. You had a really big year. You went to the Super Bowl?
Yes, I went to the Super Bowl. It was such a great Super Bowl. It was one of the greatest Super Bowls. It was such a historic one. I had a big slice of pizza. I had good seats. The halftime show was great, and it hit different because before the halftime show started, you saw them making it, and you're like, no way she's gonna perform hundreds of feet in the air. She performed hundreds of feet in the air, and she had so many great hits, and she hit it out the ballpark, and it was such a great Super Bowl. And I'm so happy that I was just there to kick my legs out and not be there as a reporter/journalist and be there as a fan. And it was really great. Had a great time. It was a woo-woo and boo. So it was really cool.
Oh, my. I wish I would have sat with you because I was there. I should have looked for you.
You were?
Yeah. You sound like you gonna have way better seats than me. I'm just saying. Next time, can I go with you?
Yeah, you could.
Okay, I'll trust that. Hey, tell me what's some other stuff you've been up to lately?
I have been on Cameo. If y'all don't know what Cameo is, it's basically a fun and engaging way to get cash. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm just kidding. Cameo is a fun platform where you get to talk to people and make custom recordings like birthday shout-outs and motivational speeches and get well soons and congratulations. And I've been on there recently, and it's really cool. Like I said, you can't get money from it. And it's really fun. It's really fun to be on there. It's really cool.
I love that. Yeah, you're just 10 years old. You've done so much. Do you have any new goals?
Okay, number one is to gain weight. I am really skinny, y'all. But I can't wait till we get a new car because I have to walk everywhere, so I'm losing 10 pounds a week walking to school. Not very good for growth, everybody. But the second thing I'm also really happy about is that I'm gonna be hosting the first LV Kids Got Talent, Las Vegas Kids Got Talent, and I can't wait to engage with the crowd and engage with the judges and just see the talent that's going on. So yeah, it's gonna be really fun.
You're perfect for all of those things because we think you're amazing. Don't y'all think he's amazing? Yo. You're so awesome. That sounds like you gotta come back and see me. Now, if you're gonna be hosting, you need a microphone, right?
Yep.
Okay, I think I got one for you.
No way.
Yes, I do. We want to give you a little gift.
Wow.
Maybe. Thank you. You like it?
Yes.
You're the best. We're back with Vice President Kamala Harris. Well, I couldn't have such an amazing guest here today and not have our resident 10-year-old reporter here to do an interview. He's one of our favorite kids, and I can't wait for this. Please welcome from Las Vegas, Jeremiah. Now, Jeremiah, before you start, do you think this is the biggest interview you've done yet? Because you've done a lot.
I mean, the Vice President of the United States is kind of a big deal, so yeah.
And I'm sure you did your research, right?
Yeah.
All right, you ready to take it away?
Go easy on me now.
Uh-oh.
Go easy on me.
Okay, so first things first, let's clear something up. So you were born in Oakland, California, right?
Yes, I was.
But if I understand correctly, you're a San Francisco 49ers fan, right?
Correct.
So did it matter one way or another when my Raiders moved to Las Vegas?
It did.
Because it was a pretty big deal for me. It changed my life, so.
Kind of changed my life, too.
And speaking of football,
yes.
Your husband is always supportive of you, and you guys have great chemistry. You guys support each other in almost every aspect of life, except for sports, of course.
Yeah.
So, do you guys ever bet a friendly wager on the games when rooting for opposing teams?
Let me just say that we talk a lot of stuff.
So, I was around 4 years old when I knew that I wanted to be a journalist. At what age did you fall in love with the law and politics?
You know, I was very young, probably around that age, because my parents were active in civil rights, and the heroes, among the heroes of that movement were Thurgood Marshall and Charles Hamilton Houston and Constance Baker Motley. They were the lawyers who took the passion from the streets to the courtrooms. to fight for equality and justice. And so I thought, okay, that's what I want to do. So I was very young. I was about your age.
So I'm 10 years old, and my parents always tell me that if I stay focused, work hard, and follow my passion, I can do whatever I want to do in life.
Yes.
So knowing all of the knowledge that you know now, what would you say to your 10-year-old self about pursuing your dreams?
I would say, don't you hear no? That it can't be done, or nobody like you has done it, or oh, you're too young, or oh, they're not ready for you. Don't hear no, because you know my saying? I eat no for breakfast.
We like that. Yes.
So you are the head of the National Space Council.
Yes.
Would you go into space if you had the chance? And if so, what is the maximum amount of time you'd be willing to stay out there for?
Is that a request? I would go to space if I could. I actually, and there are people on my team who do know that, but sadly, I think that there are those who would prefer that I would stay on Earth for the time being.
Hey, but if you go and they let you be a +1, can I be that +1? Yes. Yes. Okay, I only have 2 more questions left.
Okay.
So, what would you say to the American people with all of this misinformation and controversies going on about rigged elections? What would you say to the American people out there that are not planning on going to the polls next year because they believe their vote doesn't count?
Jeremiah, that is such a good topic to raise.
I knew who to call.
That is such a good topic to raise. Your vote is your voice, and it's the way that we uphold our system of democracy, which is very special, but it's fragile. It will only be as strong as our willingness to fight for it.
You hear that?
All right, so my final question is,
Yes.
what advice do you have to the kids that want to grow up and be president or vice president?
Follow your passion, because all said and done, if you are fortunate enough, you're gonna work very hard, and when you do the work that you enjoy doing, you do it well, and all the other things come.
Thank you so much for talking to me, Madam Vice President Kamala Harris.
Thank you, Jeremiah.
Isn't he precious? Aww.
If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.